hyper carry ADC that you are looking for. Lucian Nami is okay as well, but I'm actually surprised to see MF. I've actually never seen MF blind pick like this before, so this is interesting.
Well, they do have powerful AoE with Gangplank ulti, with barrels, with the Wukong ulti as well, MF. There's some powerful zone control there for the side of TL so far.
I mean, it feels like TL really needs lockdown, right? Like, they need engage. And I wonder if Nautilus is actually going to be left up, because I feel like Nautilus with MF and GP and Wukong is just like the easy answer. So unless TSM is actually grabbing Nautilus here on 4, I'm kind of surprised that they would leave it up, because it feels like the obvious pick.
Yeah, and I also think that they really need some sort of engage, because they picked Sylas and versus Gangplank and MF, and you're obviously needing to engage with Ornn, Sylas, Viego, such short range. So I really hope that they decide to ban Nautilus here for TL, because as they did just now, I think it's what's required, some sort of engage from the support of TSM.
All right, gentlemen, let's see what we get here. We need to see both bottom lane components for the side of TSM, whereas I need to see mid and support for TL. And there's the Jinx, exactly as predicted, Fudge, with the Giga Brain.
Well, it's definitely a very popular pick right now. I think Jinx is probably the best pick that would be able to win this game for them, because they really need some sort of damage in late game team fights.
I do just find it interesting, though, that TL didn't actually target the marksman and instead target the supports, because there's such a big pool of supports, I think, that can actually slot in. It's like, yeah, these are banned out, but there's still like Rakan and Rel and Alistar and all these other ones that can kind of slot in and do similar things, where I feel like when you look at the marksman pool, it is more limited. Like, there's not as many champions that can be Jinx, right?
Yeah, and I think maybe they were thinking that Senna Tahm Kench is a problem for MF in laning phase, which is why they've been Tahm Kench, and Nautilus is obviously very good engaged. Wow.
Syndra.
Okay.
All right, a classic.
Oh, I'm interested to see this Bard pick, actually. I think Bard is okay here, but you do only have really mid lane to play around with Bard. I don't think Ornn is very good with Bard.
He could also just be hovering because it's time.
I think it's a namesake.
It is
hover.
time, but I'm wondering what he will even pick here. I guess Braum is not the best pick in my opinion, but I like seeing the Syndra out of Bjergsen, because I do think this matchup is very good for Syndra. It's very hard for Sylas to win all-ins, and you sort of just poke him out in early game.
And the ult steal is so worthless, because you only get the 3 orbs, right? Like, you can't actually stack orbs and do a lot of damage with it, so you're not really that threatened by it. Braum just feels like a neutralizing pick, right? It's like, I can stop the MF ult, I can stop, you know, Syndra, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it's going to have an easy time navigating in a lot of these team fights, and they're super reliant on solo now, I think, to be that primary engage. Like, it's a little bit tough, I think, to not have any sort of engage from your support.
So can I operate under the assumption then that you guys are saying TL won the draft?
I think this draft almost puts all your eggs in Instinct as TSM, and I think Instinct is just insane, and he plays.
I've seen more commonly people do a couple points, you know, and only really do the max if they're going Leandries. So this does seem a little bit atypical to be going Eclipse with Emax, but it is going to make your lane a lot stronger.
Oh, the flash follow and the bonk over the head. First blood. It explodes, and it's instantly done as TL take out Instinct.
Yeah, this is also a really big disaster because they have Herald, so they're just going to be able to take the entire bot tower, and then what's end up going to happen is they're going to be able to bail GP out of this lane where he's sort of just slowly losing to Ornn.
We're seeing players do the same thing, right? Like, how often, Fudge, as somebody who plays in this level of games every single week, how often do you find yourself having those moments where you're like, wait a second, we do need to deviate from what's accepted as the traditional build?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really hard thing to do, but as we can see, I think Whippo's dead here.
Whippo got clipped by the knock-up, and yeah, he's out of there. Pika takes the kill.
This is really, really good for TSM. This is exactly what they need. They need some sort of picks because they're never going to be able to win through bot side here, so it's really, really good that they look for Whippo, and I think that's something Speaker's really good at doing, actually, is finding those picks when they're in bad positions. Used to do it on me a lot, especially last year. That guy kept pissing me off, honestly.
It's just a jungle diff, you know? Anytime you die, it's not bad positioning. You expected your jungler to beat it.
I feel like that's the biggest compliment you can give someone that you play as an opponent is, man, this guy is so good at all in him there. Pika will manage to escape, but that means there is no flash available on this Viego for the next big fight that breaks out, as TL now has 4 players top of their own. 4JJ can lead the charge here. There comes your knock-up. There comes your bullet time, and there goes the TSM 80 carry.
I mean, TL are just playing so well to what the win condition is for TSM, right? It's just non-stop focus. Instinct goes up towards top side. They roam up Bjergsen, even pops Ghost early to make sure he's the first to arrive. They just hammer it home. As long as Jinx isn't farming, you are winning the game. And like, even just purely farm-wise, he's way behind the pace of the game. You know, down at 116, the second lowest carry in the game.
That, again, considering he has no flash, I don't really see a way of him getting out.
Well, he tries to drop a barrel, ever frosted. They just jump back in. Maple doesn't find the stun on him, ends up just hitting the minion, but it won't really matter a whole lot. Whippo is down, but his life will be traded away for Rift Herald number 2 up in the top.
Top lane does not matter, guys. I'm sorry to say, but like, you guys
we all saw your game earlier.
Like, yeah, we saw my game earlier. Look what happened. I died to a dive. It doesn't fucking matter, bro. My jungler is playing Olaf. My team is better, so we will win.
That's what I...
He doesn't see. Oh, he doesn't see him on the blue team. He's gonna die, I think. Yeah, he's dead.
Well, okay. He does a pretty good job defending himself here at the start, but not enough just yet, or is it? Okay, Maple goes back in, uses his own stopwatch to get him out. So Whippo takes 2 of them low, but he's not going to bring anybody with him. It is the day of bullying the top laner of the winning team.
Yeah, top lane's really weak, honestly, but also Jinx dying once again. As per usual, it's a trade. I'll take that trade if I'm Whippo any day of the week. They just get to hit this mid tower. It's almost one health. They'll just be able to kill whenever they really want to. So this is a really, really rough time, even though they are getting really good trades, and this is exactly what TSM need. They need to look at these trades onto top side of the map or onto the top lane.
There's just nothing you can do here.
Yeah, as you can see, he's trying to defend on his own. He can't really do anything.
Nice patience from Core JJ. They're not going in too early.
Or the item spike where you aren't going to be a full item behind, and you're going to like try to fight on your 2 items compared to their 2.5.
Yeah.
But unfortunately here, it looks like Instinct's probably going to hit about 2 items as MF hits her 3rd, so it's really, really rough.
Oh, Spica getting caught here. Uses the ulti to go over the wall as bullet time comes out. Santorin keeps on chasing. Instinct wants to get away. There still should be enough damage for Santorin to chase him down. TSM trying to retreat. One more hit over the head will do it, but now they might lose Whippo again.
Top lane is weak.
TSM taking that one. It's a bad day to play top lane, but it's a good day to be on TL. As now they're gonna back out again. Being a little bit careful here. Chime and Solo coming around from the side as Sama backs up. Solo now your target, but he's a beefy boy. 4v4 on the map. Honestly, an even trade. Again, if you're TSM, I guess you'll take those, but again, it's your AD carry dead. All 4 kills for TL have been on Instinct. All 4 kills for TSM have been on Whippo.
This is so funny.
These teams hate these guys.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the funniest trade of all time. Which is better, bot lane or top lane, and which is weaker? As we can see, yeah. Bot lane is broken, and top lane is weak.
It is, it's a rough one for, I mean, if Instinct was getting some of the kills on these trades and it was actually him getting gold, then I do think it's good for TSM, but he's never involved. He's only involved with the gray screen, right? Like,
he's involved.
He's got a very close personal relationship with the gray screen at this point.
He's got a very close personal relationship with Wukong's stick. Wait for it, boom, there it is. It doesn't take a whole lot for Jinx to die to Wukong, and then Whippo's just like, all right, guys, here we go again.
Good trade, good trade. I'll take it.
Okay, I'm a little bit.
Yeah, and as you can see from Santorin, he has Black Cleaver on Wukong, which is really, really good for his ultimate, and also considering he has Gangplank and MF, who are very heavy physical damage. Ooh, right now.
Okay, Spica gets charmed up a little bit. Core JJ interrupted there by the second part of the Ornn ulti. But now Solo gets stunned up. TSM still seeing if they can find something here. Maple stealing away the quickness, but he cannot connect with that one. So Core JJ loses his ulti. He doesn't honestly end up with 2 damage to the health bar. Still got about 60%. Santorin coming in, looking to see if he can find the knockoff. Oh, come on! He's just getting bullied at this point. We finally have a non-instinct death as Chime falls. TL still looking to see if they can make it go a little bit further. Instinct! He lived! But for how long? Whippo's coming in. The
Ooh, really nice barrel.
Spells are coming through, and Instinct's in the dirt again. Maple's gonna join them. 3 dead for nothing. TL takes the fight.
Really good, and they can pretty much force any fight that they want, right? GP ulti gets dropped on top of Instinct. That's going to allow Santorin to close the gap. You know, Instinct has to flash out of there immediately. There's nothing he can really do, but everyone from TL is already wrapping around this side, cutting off any sort of an escape.
Yeah, exactly, and MF ulti will just one-shot everyone with Cyrilda's. Actually, look at Whippo's barrel here. I thought it was pretty impressive. He got a nice, people like to call it Phantom barrel. Then he got a QE, boom, onto Diego. He doesn't kill him. Yeah. He doesn't kill him, but I thought it was pretty cool, you know? I can appreciate that.
It was cool to look.
I can appreciate that as a top laner, you know? It's pretty hard to do, especially in a team fight like that.
I mean, you were complimenting his Gangplank. Still got this one lone cannon minion just doing his work down here, enchanted with the Baron buff, plinking away at the HP there on the tier 3. Sama is going to finish that one off. Bjergsen right next to him. They will take down inhibitor number 2. They don't have a wave up top, so they're not going to try to 3-piece this with the inhibitors. They're just going straight straight into the Nexus turrets themselves. TSM will try to defend, but it's a tall order. Santorin jumps in. He's going to spin around a little bit, but ain't going to find any valuable targets just yet. Solo is absolutely deleted here on the front line. Instinct. I don't know. Dude, I can't even do like team fight epic announcer voice for that one. The poor guy's just...
And TL with an amazing game, completely obliterating TSM. Very surprising, honestly. I did not expect Whippo to have this up of a game. We'll have to see how it goes tomorrow when I play against him. The two top players that were terrible still won both today's games.
Oh, so now
beautifully done.
The strategy for tomorrow then? Are you just gonna try to sprint it?